Hey guys, welcome back. So, sorry for not recording for a while. Everything has been really crazy. I'm in the middle of prepping for surgery. Um, so, yeah, it's been crazy. I haven't even been able to really focus on my picks for the new football season. I just I watched tonight's game. I was gonna do a live broadcast, but then I was like, no, I need a nap. The Giants are stressing me out hardcore. If you're a Giants fan, you truly understand that it is never a Giants game without almost having a heart attack. And, well, I could have probably freaking had one at the end of tonight's game because really 48-yarder a missed, and then the flags fly because why not? After all, it's the New York Giants that are playing, so let's throw all the flags at them. The clock is at 0. Now, mind you, in football, this is where it gets you. You either love it or you hate it because the game cannot end on a defensive penalty. So here I am thinking, okay, if it's a hold, they move back another 5 yards. And guess what? That ends the game. Because they're probably not going to re-kick it at that point. Because it would have made it a 53-yard field goal. No. What happens? No. The Giants. The good old New York Giants who just never fail to let me down. Complete total sarcasm there. No. What happens? I'll tell you what happens. They get called for offsides. 5-yard penalty. Goes from a 48-yard field goal attempt to now a 43-yard field goal attempt. Much more makeable than a 48-yarder, usually, depending on who your kicker is. I mean, freaking Graham Gano, just, hello, 55-yarder. That's child's play. I mean, he made it. Put us up by 6. And then, anybody that watched the game saw what happened after that. So the Giants start the season 0-2. Now, granted, yes, there were, of course, some questionable penalties that were called on the Giants. Never fails. But offense played it safe. Defense played it safe. But Jones needs to stop acting like he is a dual threat quarterback because I'm sorry, he's not. And nobody can convince me otherwise because he's not. I don't get why the Giants are so gung-ho on this is our quarterback, this is our franchise quarterback, this is who we sat Eli Manning for in week 3. Yeah, I'm still not over that. Still not. Still very salty about it because, I'm sorry, Eli never should have been sat for Jones. And the season before that, he never should have been sat for that 1 week for Geno Smith. Yeah. Most Giants fans are still salty. Real Giants fans are still salty about that because none of that ever should have happened. Jones was not ready. Should never have been picked when he was in the draft. And, the Giants just need a better quarterback. FedEx Field. And quarterbacks, or not just quarterbacks, but players just getting gruesome leg injuries. Just it sucks that it happened to one of the Giants. I mean, sucks when it happens to any player. But literally the fact that Joe Buck said that it's so bad they're not even gonna do a replay or show you what's going on the field. They're just gonna go back to commercial. That takes me back to Alex Smith's injury, Joe Theismann's injury. Now, granted, I was not alive when the original LT, not LaDainian Tomlinson, I'm talking about Lawrence Taylor, broke Joe Theismann's leg and ended his football career. Yeah. But the Giants have basically lost Nick Gates for the season. He is going to undergo surgery. He's remaining in the hospital overnight from what I've seen on social media. Thoughts and prayers out to him. Hope he heals up and comes back stronger next season. That is a brutal way to end your season. This season, I don't know what it is. I mean, they had training camp, OTAs, preseason. We're in week 2 now, and it is so injury riddled. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's insane. I mean, the Ravens alone are now on their 4th string quarterback, I think. They just took another hit to their defense. The 49ers have lost Mostert. I think that's how you say his last name. I'm probably butchering it. So that's not good. I mean, preseason was riddled with injuries. Training camp, OTAs, riddled with injuries. I mean, and then, of course, you have certain organizations that have yet another COVID outbreak. Looking at you, Tennessee. Carson Wentz went down, I think, in training camp with a foot injury. And honestly, I'm surprised that he was ready for week 1. That was surprising. But, I mean, good for him for getting back, But, just the way that they were describing his foot injury was just is it going to be out for the season? You guys are using the words indefinitely, Then you're saying 8 to 10 weeks, 10 to 12. Those don't really coincide with the word indefinitely. But just the amount of injuries that we've seen from the time that everybody started reporting back until now is just ridiculous. So hopefully everybody that is injured, you know, gets the treatment that they need. They come back healthier, stronger, and better next season if they're out for the season, or, you know, they're able to come back later this season and perform better, you know, more power to them. Let's talk fantasy football a little bit. I am doing my first fantasy league this year with my husband, who's at work right now. It's his Friday because he's taking PTO to take care of me when I have my surgery next week. So that's going to be fun. And I just barely lost. I lost by the skin of my teeth last week. Barely lost. I mean, I'm kicking myself in the tail for starting Tennessee's defense or the Saints defense. Yes, I know. There's probably plenty of people that be like, why would you start Tennessee over the Saints? Like, it's like, well, I mean, they were supposed to be good. I was not expecting Arizona to come out and play like that, in my defense. And secondly, I was not expecting the Saints to just up and run all over the Packers the way that they did. Made me just a little bit happy because, you know, I'm partially a Saints fan. So, I mean, at least one of my teams won last week. And, you know, hopefully they'll win again this week. Because, you know, we all know the Giants can't do anything. You know, here I am. I'm basically ready for basketball season to come back already. And that says a lot because I never used to be into basketball. So, this week I've already got 24-ish, I think, fantasy points. I think. If my app loads up, I'd be able to tell you. So. Anyway, I'm going up against one of my really good friends this week, and she went up against my husband last week and completely murked him. Okay, so I've got 24.3 points just from 2 players this week. Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't put Saquon in because he got me less than 9 points. So, yeah. So I'm not doing too terrible. And this is probably not going to be that long of a stream. I'm probably just going to go through, make my picks for the week. I'm done with baseball at this point. 15 games left to play. Mets are 4.5 out of first place, I think, in the division. 5 out of the wild card. And they just got swept by the Cardinals. So, yeah. So, touch on baseball here in just a second. Okay, so Sunday's games. Panthers and Saints. Obviously, I'm taking the Panthers. Bengals and Bears. I'm feeling gutsy again. I'm going to pick the Bengals. Texans and Browns. ESPN's got them got the Browns as a 13-point favorite. over the Texans. The way that Texans played last week, I was kind of surprised. No, I'm gonna take the Browns though, because I think the Texans they're still trying to figure out like their whole system because okay, they still have Deshaun Watson. He's getting paid all this money, but he's still not suiting up. I think he had like 1 day or 2 days of practice the whole off season, and like that was it. Okay, next game, Rams at Colts. Taking the Rams. Sorry. Bills and Dolphins. I'm just gonna say last week was a fluke. Buffalo definitely should have beaten Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna take the Bills. Patriots and Jets. I'm gonna take the Patriots. Niners and Eagles. Taking the Niners. Raiders and Steelers. I'm feeling gutsy again. Took the Raiders last week. I'm gonna take them again this week. Broncos and Jags. I think the Broncos are gonna take them. Vikings and Cardinals. I'm not doubting the Cardinals again. So I'm gonna take the Cardinals. Falconeers and Bucks. So basically, Brady versus the Falcons again. Too soon? I'm gonna take the Bucks. Cowboys and Chargers. Really? As if that's a question. Chargers. Titans and Seahawks. 12th man, please. And then the Sunday night game. Chiefs and Ravens in Baltimore. I mean, ESPN's got them favored by 3.5. It has KC favored by 3.5. I think it's going to be a good matchup. Those are favorable odds. As I work in a sports book, so kind of know these things. But hello 2-0 Chiefs. And then Monday night, NFC North Division game. Lions and Packers. They have Green Bay favored by 11. I'm definitely feeling gutsy on this one. I think that with the way that the Packers played last week, I really think Detroit might actually stand a chance against the Packers. So, unless the Packers miraculously fix all the mistakes that they had in week 1 against the Saints, I'm going to take Detroit. Now, that might come back and bite me, but you know what? If it does, it does. So, those are my picks for the rest of the week. Obviously, I would have picked the Giants for tonight, but, well, yeah, we saw how that ended. Not good. Okay, so now let's just jump to baseball. If I really want to. Kind of. Not really, but, playoffs are coming up. Can't believe that there's a possibility that Major League Baseball playoffs could extend into the beginning of November. You heard that right. The end of the season is October 3rd. Playoffs start with pretty much a sudden death wildcard game on October 5th. And of course, depending on who makes it how far in either league determines how long the playoffs go. Alright, so wild card. Mets are 5.5 out. Oh, just kidding. 5.5 out of the division. Atlanta's lost 2 in a row. Phillies won 2 in a row. Mets have lost 3 in a row. And nobody cares about Miami and Washington because they both have a 0% chance of making the playoffs. Now, wild card. What are the real... Because right now it's showing a 2% chance of the Mets actually making it to the playoffs. I guess that's a realistic possibility. Who knows? Anything can happen, I guess. Okay, now ESPN wants to give me problems. All I want is the wildcard standings. That's all I want. And the puppy is out there doing puppy things. Alright. Oh, did not realize that the Yankees fell to half a game out of the wild card. That's funny. Mets. Yep, I was right. 5 games out of the wild card. And St. Louis has won 5 in a row. San Diego has won 2 in a row. Cincinnati, 1 game. And so let's see. St. Louis, San Diego, Cincinnati, and Philadelphia are the teams that stand in the Mets' way. And, well, yeah, I don't see the... Nope, not this season. So, that's pretty much... Ooh, big headline out of baseball. Ohtani could be sidelined for the rest of the season as a pitcher? Why would you do that? Let the kid finish his season as strong as he has. Like, at least that's what I would do. I mean, he is crazy good. Like, crazy, ridiculously good. He has so much talent. The Angels organization is so lucky to have him. Because, I mean, not only is he a great pitcher, I mean, he's a fabulous pitcher, but in the DH position, because, you know, the American League has a designated hitter, the National League does not. If you don't know what you're throwing to him, see ya, goodbye, home run. I mean, he was even in the home run derby this year, and then was also the starting pitcher for the All-Star game, and was also the designated hitter in the All-Star game. It was like the first time that's ever happened, if I remember back to July correctly. I mean, I know that wasn't that far, you know, in the past, but I'm a mom to a toddler. I have no concept of time anymore. Alright, so apparently he's got a sore arm that could potentially sideline him. Gotcha. Alright, well, I think that is going to do it for tonight. Might broadcast on Sunday since the hubby will be home. We'll be able to watch games and we might do some live look-ins. We'll see how everything is going leading up, because that'll be 2 days before my surgery. So we will see what will happen then. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.